All right, here we go. Part 3. My wife bought an $1,100 minifig haul that was something in the neighborhood of 500 plus figures. I feel like it was more like maybe more than 550. So I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of $200. I'm sorry, $2 a fig, something like that. Don't have the exact number, but bottom line is we split it into 5 parts, $220 per part. So this is part 3. If you guys missed parts 1 and 2, go back and watch those. I think those are fun watches. And now we're gonna treasure hunt part 3 here. So here we go. Let's find some home runs, shall we? There's a Miles Morales with some medium legs. I like the medium legs. I think they're still maintaining some value because people want to mock build stuff with the medium legs, and they're still not super common. Not a lot going on there. Yuck. Hey, look at this right here. That is Star-Lord with the helmet. Nice. That's going to be a good pickup for somebody. Glad to find that. Those helmets are not easy to find and command good value. Whoa, not off to a hot start beyond that, though. What the heck is that? Look at that weird head. Obviously fake. I don't know what that was about. Some Spider-Man in there. Here is Superman. We've got Willie Scott from Temple of Doom. How's the angle? Maybe I need to sit back a little bit. Troll. But anyway, that Willie Scott. Nice fig right there. Good value with her. Is this the sacrificial robes one? Or is this? No, this has got to be the one from Shanghai Chase, right? When she sings at the beginning. But she doesn't have her trans red crown, which I think is like kind of hard to find because it always falls off. There's an animal, maybe a red baseball player. I feel like we found that hat in an earlier haul. Can't remember for sure. Let's see. What else do we got? Whoa. Is that... that head, I think, belongs to... oh, no, wait. I was going to say it was a Marvel, but actually, as I look at that more, I think that's a Ghostbuster head, actually. Oh, look at this. Snow White. You don't see this Snow White mini doll very often. I think it actually is, I don't know, $10, maybe more, something like that. Uh-oh. This poor dude lost his baby, or her baby, whatever. Anyway, baby. Let's see. I don't know if that head's definitely not real, but I'm not sure about the rest of it. Okay, we're not walloping this haul so far, but, again, for $220, it's a lot of bulk, so that's good. There's a Miss Piggy. We got some Iron Man stuff here, some Bad Cop, a lot of common stuff. This haul, for those of you, if you're just tuning in for the first time of this 5-part haul, when we bought this, we knew it was like tons of common stuff and a few home runs. And kind of the question was, does that add up to being worthy of buying? So that's going to be a while before we can kind of conclusively answer that question. But hopefully we're going to find at least 1 or 2 home runs in every part. We definitely found that in part 1. I don't want to spoil that in case you haven't watched it, but you can go back in part 1 and watch it. We didn't necessarily find a huge home run in part 2, but we did find some good stuff in part 2. So I would argue that part 1 was probably profitable and part 2 was probably mostly like break even. Look at that. That is a mini doll version of Maleficent. That's really fun. She's just a nasty looking lady, I like Maleficent. I think Disney did a really good job with Maleficent. That's fake right there. Ooh, let's go. How about the Scarlet Spider? Please be real. Please be real. Yes, indeed. There's an expensive one. That blue cape is expensive. Every part of that is expensive. That's like, I don't know, what, $70 now or something like that. Clone heads that hide everywhere. So yeah, that's a nice find right there. Turning this kind of into a military guy, but we're taking it apart. Sorry. All right, that's a nice one right there. I think now all of a sudden we just went from doing okay to doing very well. $70 pays for a big portion of the 200. So that's huge. Holy cow. Let's see. We've got some more Muppets here. Those would make some good mock castle legs. What the heck is this thing? Is that a Scarlet Witch in there? It's funny. I was keep trying to rotate this to see what it is. And then, of course, it pivots because that's what it's supposed to do. I think this is a Jurassic World piece right there. Anyway, couldn't see what it was. There's a witch. She's fun. Is she Dungeons and Dragons? I can't remember. Let's see, what else do we got in here? We've got some Chima stuff with a head hiding, some random stuff in here. I don't know, clone heads, whatever. Not that exciting. What else we got? That right there is a really fun video fig. I don't think that's the Video Series 2 one that's expensive. I think that is, there's a pink kind of version of this that's from Video Series 2. Whether or not this one's expensive, I honestly don't remember, but it's cool. Maybe we'll do a field trip at the end and go see if that's on the wall. I can't remember. Anyway, we've got some common stuff here, but that is a nice plastic cape from old school castle stuff. There is not much of anything. I was hoping that might be highbrow, but it was not. From that Death Watch Mando. Whoa, my gosh, look at this guy's hair. Some Star Wars, not much to speak of there. Not much. There is, oh my gosh, look at that hat. Is he supposed to have that hat? And he's got the plug. Oh my gosh. So this is, I believe, Ham. Is he supposed to have that hat? That thing's awesome. I have never seen that before, but I bet he's supposed to have it. Uh-oh, I don't know if I can get it back in now. Whoa. So Ham is usually found like this and missing the cork, but he's got the cork, which is awesome. But now, I've never seen this little hat before. I would assume that since it was in there, he's supposed to have it, and it wasn't just somebody being creative. Uh-oh, I can't even get it back in now. Where's that? Now I broke it forever. How does this go in here? Whoa. Maybe I broke it. What in the world? Okay, we're going to have to do this off. Apparently, I'm not smart enough to put this hat back in there. There. No. Maybe this is not real? Is this fake? I don't know. Uh-oh, I broke it. I definitely broke it. But that hat's awesome, and it's got the plug, so I don't want to lose this now. All right, we'll worry about this later. I'm going to have to look that up. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Oh, no, poor Harley has lost her face. Here's Harley with a face and some drawn-on parts here. There's a Green Lantern. Whoa. Here is, I forgot this guy's name. Frenzy or something? He needs his arms, which are hard to find, but that is like from Space Police, I think. That's fun right there. Let's see. There's like, I don't know what that is, vampire or something. It's a cool, cool torso. There's Dirty Woody right there. We've got a Gonzo. There is another, oh, that's a mix and match of a bunch of stuff. I won't even bother. Look at that armor. Whoa. I think this armor in flat silver goes to the, like the Kiss Batman. But that's some really cool armor, probably used in a different way. Is that Mark 1? That might be Mark 1 Iron Man right there. Man, I think we're suddenly doing pretty well. 1 home run. Still not sure on the Ham, but like lots of good, castle stuff, things like that. I think this haul's going pretty well here. I'm pleased. I am pleased at $220 for all of this. There is, I don't know, Girl Doc Ock or whatever she is. I don't know. Ooh, that may not look like a great fig, but this piece right here, I believe, is expensive. That's one of the old school maiden hats. Those are not easy to find. Let's go. Let's go. There's a Minnie Mouse. That's fun. Spider-Man. Some more space stuff. Sweet. Woo, all right. Like, a lot of $5 bills add up real quick on stuff like this. Maybe even 10 on some of it. Let's see. What in the world is that thing? Besides scary. Whoa, look at this guy. I don't know what that guy's about. This dude is weird. It's fake for sure. No way. No way. You guys see what I see? No way. There's a castle fig. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Holy cow. Oh, please be real. Oh, please be real. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? A whole Dr. Please be real. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Hold on. Let's go. Let's go. Holy cow. Now the question oh my gosh, this thing is gorgeous. Please don't be cracked. You're so pretty. Don't be cracked. Not even swingwear. Are you kidding me? Look, not even swingwear. How about the other side? Oh, wait. Is that a crack? Oh, no. Oh, no. That might be a tiny crack. I can't tell. I'm going to have to look under the microscope. I'm not sure. Holy smokes, though. Dr. Doom. Let's go. With the movie coming out, this thing is going to be insanely expensive. I got to decide on that little piece there. If it's cracked, I got to decide whether to sell it whole as a little crack or whether to put the parts on Bricklink. This head sells for $50+ just the head alone. So I don't know if somebody will give me enough value for that if I try to sell it whole or if I just sell it in parts, because, you know, some people look at that crack and just think it's worth nothing. I think that's cracked. That looks like a crack to me. So maybe that ends up as parts on Bricklink. But if that, you know, if somebody looks at that crack and says, well, that makes the whole figure way less valuable, then I say, never mind, I won't sell it to you. I'll just sell it in parts, because I won't sell this if it's not cracked for less than $100. And that head alone will command $50. But if somebody looks at this thing and says, oh, it's not worth anywhere near $100 because it's a cracked torso, then that's fine. I'll just sell it in parts and get most of $100 for it anyway. But dang, that's awesome. We scored on this one, guys. Holy cow. Let's do a quick field trip for this. Because I've got my video section slowly growing. I think I have all of video series 1 and 2 on the wall over here. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is all of it, or the vast majority of it. See those 2 in video series 2, the guitarist and the dragon, sweet. But here is some more video. Oh, look. We already got it. Look at that. I didn't know it was on the wall already. We already got it. All right, fair enough. That's actually probably good news, because that's going to help the bottom line a little bit. We'll be able to sell that guy to somebody out there who wants him. I don't know what his value is. But part 3, a huge score. Holy cow, let's go. I am very pleased about this. I need to figure out if Ham here is supposed to have this hat. And if so, how do I get this in? Because it does not. Oh, just as I do that, I got it in. We're going to look that up. Thanks, guys. We'll see you for part 4 tomorrow.